Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Physics, the 6 kinds of quarks. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. The taste experience when a savory condiment is taken into the mouth. Lend flavor to. Physics, the 6 kinds of quarks. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. The taste experience when a savory condiment is taken into the mouth. Lend flavor to. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. The feel of the city excited him. Examine by touch. Come to believe on the basis of emotion, intuitions, or indefinite grounds. I feel that he doesn't like me. Perceive by a physical sensation, e.g., coming from the skin or muscles. Examine a body part by palpation. A property perceived by touch. Undergo an emotional sensation or be in a particular state of mind. An intuitive awareness. He has a feel for animals. Be conscious of a physical, mental, or emotional state. My cold is gone, I feel fine today. Be felt or perceived in a certain way. The ground feels shaky. Find by testing or cautious exploration. Grope or feel in search of something. Have a feeling or perception about oneself in reaction to someone's behavior or attitude. You make me feel naked. Manual stimulation of the genital area for sexual pleasure. The girls hated it when he tried to sneak a feel. Pass one's hands over the sexual organs of. Produce a certain impression. It feels nice to be home again. Undergo passive experience of. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. An intuitive understanding of something. He had a great feeling for music. A vague idea in which some confidence is placed. What are your feelings about the crisis? The sensation produced by pressure receptors in the skin. The surface had a greasy feeling. A physical sensation that you experience. He had a queasy feeling. The experiencing of affective and emotional states. She had a feeling of euphoria. Take charge of or deal with. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. Have faith or confidence in. Give a certain impression or have a certain outward aspect. This project looks fishy. Look forward to the probable occurrence of. She is looking to a promotion. The feelings expressed on a person's face. A look of triumph. Be oriented in a certain direction, often with respect to another reference point, be opposite to. The house looks north. Search or seek. We looked all day and finally found the child in the forest. The act of directing the eyes toward something and perceiving it visually. He went out to have a look. Accord in appearance with. You don't look your age. Convey by one's expression. She looked her devotion to me. Have a certain outward or facial expression. How does she look? Perceive with attention. Direct one's gaze towards. She looked over the expanse of land. Physical appearance. I don't like the looks of this place. Any property detected by the olfactory system. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. It had the smell of treason. The faculty that enables us to distinguish scents. The act of perceiving the odor of something. Have an element suggestive of something. This passage smells of plagiarism. The sensation that results when olfactory receptors in the nose are stimulated by particular chemicals in gaseous form. She loved the smell of roses. Become aware of not through the senses but instinctively. I smell trouble. Emit an odor. The soup smells good. Inhale the odor of. Perceive by the olfactory sense. Smell bad. He rarely washes, and he smells. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. Any incorporeal supernatural being that can become visible, or audible, to human beings. Infuse with spirit. The company spirited him up. Animation and energy in action or expression. The state of a person's emotions, especially with regard to pleasure or dejection. He was in good spirits. An inclination or tendency of a certain kind. The intended meaning of a communication. A fundamental emotional and activating principle determining one's character. The vital principle or animating force within living things. A quality of a given color that differs slightly from another color. The elastic tension of living muscles, arteries, etc. that facilitate response to stimuli. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. A clergyman improved the tone of the meeting. A notation representing the pitch and duration of a musical sound. Give a healthy elasticity to. Let's tone our muscles. Music. The distinctive property of a complex sound, a voice or noise or musical sound. The muffled tones of the broken bell summoned them to meet. A musical interval of two semitones. The quality of a person's voice. He began in a conversational tone. Vary the pitch of one's speech. Utter monotonously and repetitively and rhythmically. A steady sound without overtones. They tested his hearing with pure tones of different frequencies. Change the color or tone of. Tone a negative. Change to a color image. Tone a photographic image. Linguistics. A pitch or change in pitch of the voice that serves to distinguish words in tonal languages. The Beijing dialect uses 4 tones. The quality of something, an act or a piece of writing, that reveals the attitudes and presuppositions of the author. The general tone of articles appearing in the newspapers is that the government should withdraw. A tart, spicy quality. Sever or remove by pinching or snipping. Nip off the flowers. The taste experience when a savory condiment is taken into the mouth. The property of being moderately cold. Offensive slang. Offensive term for a person of Japanese descent. A small sharp bite or snip. A small drink of liquor. Squeeze tightly between the fingers. Give a small sharp bite to. The Queen's corgis always nip at her staff's ankles. Derive or receive pleasure from. Get enjoyment from. Take pleasure in. She relished her fame and basked in her glory. The taste experience when a savory condiment is taken into the mouth. Vigorous and enthusiastic enjoyment. Spicy or savory condiment. The taste experience when a savory condiment is taken into the mouth. A pleasant flavor. Derive or receive pleasure from. Get enjoyment from. Take pleasure in. The taste experience when a savory condiment is taken into the mouth. Have flavor. Taste of something. Give taste to. Taste appreciatively. Savor the soup. Derive or receive pleasure from. Get enjoyment from. Take pleasure in. The taste experience when a savory condiment is taken into the mouth. Have flavor. Taste of something. Give taste to. Taste appreciatively. Deliver a hard blow to. The teacher smacked the student who had misbehaved. The taste experience when a savory condiment is taken into the mouth. An enthusiastic kiss. The act of smacking something, a blow delivered with an open hand. Kiss lightly. Have a distinctive or characteristic taste. Street names for heroin. A blow from a flat object, as an open hand. Have an element suggestive of something. His speeches smacked of racism. Directly. A sailing ship, usually rigged like a sloop or cutter, used in fishing and sailing along the coast. Press. The lips together and open. The lips, noisily, as in eating. A common rockweed used in preparing kelp and as manure. A tart, spicy quality. The Imperial Dynasty of China from 618 to 907. The taste experience when a savory condiment is taken into the mouth. Brown algae seaweed with serrated edges. Any of various coarse seaweeds. Any of various kelps, especially of the genus Laminaria. One of the natural periods into which the year is divided by the equinoxes and solstices or atmospheric conditions. The regular sequence of the seasons. Make more temperate, acceptable, or suitable by adding something else. Lend flavor to. Make fit. This trip will season even the hardiest traveler. A period of the year marked by special events or activities in some field. He celebrated his 10th season with the ballet company. A recurrent time marked by major holidays. It was the Christmas season. A collection containing a variety of sorts of things. He had a variety of disorders. A show consisting of a series of short unrelated performances. A category of things distinguished by some common characteristic or quality. Noticeable heterogeneity. The range and variety of his work is amazing. A difference that is usually pleasant. He goes to France for variety. Biology. A taxonomic category consisting of members of a species that differ from others of the same species in minor but heritable characteristics. The visual appearance of something or someone. A perceptual structure. The composition presents problems for students of musical form. The phonological or orthographic sound or appearance of a word that can be used to describe or identify something. The inflected forms of a word can be represented by a stem in a list of inflections to be attached. Make something, usually for a specific function. Any spatial attributes, especially as defined by outline. Establish or impress firmly in the mind. A body of students who are taught together. Create, as an entity. Social groups form everywhere. Biology. A group of organisms within a species that differ in trivial ways from similar groups. A category of things distinguished by some common characteristic or quality. Sculpture is a form of art. A life-size dummy used to display clothes. Develop into a distinctive entity. Alternative names for the body of a human being. The spatial arrangement of something is distinct from its substance. To compose or represent. This wall forms the background of the stage setting. Give shape or form to. Form the young child's character. Physical chemistry. A distinct state of matter in a system. Matter that is identical in chemical composition and physical state and separated from other material by the phase boundary. A mold for setting concrete. They built elaborate forms for pouring the foundation. An ability to perform well. He was at the top of his form. An arrangement of the elements in a composition or discourse. The essay was in the form of a dialogue. A particular mode in which something is manifested. His resentment took the form of extreme hostility. A printed document with spaces in which to write. He filled out his tax form. Assume a form or shape. The water formed little beads. Agreeable, conducive to comfort. A dry climate kind to asthmatics. Tolerant and forgiving under provocation. Our neighbor was very kind about the window our son broke. A category of things distinguished by some common characteristic or quality. What kinds of desserts are there? Having or showing a tender and considerate and helpful nature, used especially of persons and their behavior. Kind to sick patients. An operation that segregates items into groups according to a specified criterion. The bottleneck in mail delivery is the process of sorting. Arrange or order by classes or categories. Examine in order to test suitability. A category of things distinguished by some common characteristic or quality. An approximate definition or example. She wore a sort of magenta dress. A person of a particular character or nature. What sort of person is he? The atmosphere of an environment. A particular environment or surrounding influence. The atmosphere of an environment. A particular environment or surrounding influence. A particular environment or surrounding influence. There was an atmosphere of excitement. The mass of air surrounding the Earth. There was great heat as the comet entered the atmosphere. The weather or climate at some place. The atmosphere was thick with fog. A distinctive but intangible quality surrounding a person or thing. An atmosphere of defeat pervaded the candidate's headquarters. A unit of pressure. The pressure that will support a column of mercury 760 mm high at sea level and 0 degrees centigrade. The envelope of gases surrounding any celestial body. The sensation that results when taste buds in the tongue and throat convey information about the chemical composition of a soluble stimulus. A strong liking. The faculty of distinguishing sweet, sour, bitter, and salty properties in the mouth. His cold deprived him of his sense of taste. A small amount eaten or drunk. Take a taste, you'll like it. Take a sample of. The sensation that results when taste buds in the tongue and throat convey information about the chemical composition of a soluble stimulus. The candy left him with a bad taste. Delicate discrimination, especially of aesthetic values. Arrogance and lack of taste contributed to his rapid success. Have a distinctive or characteristic taste. This tastes of nutmeg. Have flavor. Taste of something. A kind of sensing. Distinguishing substances by means of the taste buds. A brief experience of something. He got a taste of life on the wild side. Distinguish flavors. We tasted wines last night. Experience briefly. The ex-slave tasted freedom shortly before she died. Perceive by the sense of taste. Can you taste the garlic? The sensation that results when taste buds in the tongue and throat convey information about the chemical composition of a soluble stimulus. The sensation that results when taste buds in the tongue and throat convey information about the chemical composition of a soluble stimulus. The sensation that results when taste buds in the tongue and throat convey information about the chemical composition of a soluble stimulus. Attractiveness that interests or pleases or stimulates. Induce into action by using one's charm. She charmed him into giving her all his money. A verbal formula believed to have magical force. Inscribed around its base as a charm in Balinese. Control by magic spells, as by practicing witchcraft. Something believed to bring good luck. Attract. Cause to be enamored. Physics. One of the 6 flavors of quark. Protect through supernatural powers or charms. Unusualness as a consequence of not being well known. The quality of being alien or not native. The strangeness of a foreigner. Physics. One of the 6 flavors of quark. The spirit of the time. The spirit characteristic of an age or generation.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.